The deck is done.
Yes, take a look at it. Whoa, it's so bright in my eyeballs. Show them what we've done since the last time.
Since last time, guys, we have done a lot of work on the deck. We have added all of the rest of these, the panels and this part and this, everything that you see. And we also finished adding the rest of the decking. I think in the last video we only had about to there over, so we finished all the rest of the decking.
We had that 2.5 inch space right here, and we filled that in. We ripped it down 2.5 inches, goes all the way down. Later, when we go to site it, we'll put flashing down across here to make sure that no water can get back here, but there is that rubber flashing that's already back there so that the water cannot get behind the ledger board.
Some of you guys were concerned that that this wasn't secured down enough, and so we just wanted to show you that, like, look at how tough this really is. I mean, I'm pulling pretty hard on that, and I'm a lot stronger than a toddler, so I don't think that this is going to be a problem at all. These panels are made for this, for decking, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Somebody else mentioned that in Australia, you can only have vertical slats, right? So like you could only have the vertical ones. You can't have these horizontal ones because somebody could climb up it and then fall way down there. Well, maybe that's the way it is in Australia, but that is not the way it is here. These are made and sold, like Jill said, for decking. And let me just show you with my strength how secure these things are. All right, ready? We'll go ahead and we'll go right in the middle because that should be the weakest spot. I don't think they're going anywhere.
I think people were also saying that, like, if there were teenagers that were roughhousing up here, that they could go right through them.
Maybe if you were like running from one side and just ran right into it, maybe you could.
And then you deserve to fall.
Yeah, then if you're gonna do that on somebody's deck, you probably deserve what you get.
The question was about the weep holes.
Oh yeah, the weep holes. So some people have suggested that we drill weep holes down in the channels, like right down in here, so that water that collects in here can then run through the 2x4 and drip out the bottom. But actually that's not necessary because of this seam right here. On both sides we have a seam right here, and so any water that does get in here can just run right out these cracks on both sides. We had some snow the other day, and there's no water in them. Rain and snow, and there's no water in those tracks. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to our off-grid homestead here in North Idaho. And check it out, man. Finally, our first snow of the year. Actually getting a little tiny bit of accumulation. It's not gonna stick around though. It'll probably turn to rain later on today. But guys, it's our first snow nonetheless. We're hoping for 4 to 6 feet of snow on the ground this winter. That's my goal. How much snow do you want to see this winter? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's go check out the very snowy deck. I haven't been up here yet. Look, there's no footprints in the snow. No footprints. Oh yeah. Go in the apartment here first, and we'll see it like we would see it as soon as we're living here. We step out, we go, oh, look, it's snowing today. Oh, it's so nice. That's what it'll be like. Something like that probably anyway. Kind of cool because you could come right over here to the corner. You could have a cup of coffee. Let's do that. See, you can walk right out here, stay out of the snow, set your coffee down right there. And then you can just hang out right here, man. You're not getting snowed on, you're not getting wet, but you can see all of the beauty. Like a duck, so you could come out here too. So you're probably wondering, now that the deck's done, what's the next step on the project here? Next step, guys, is actually working inside now. Seth's with me today.
Yep.
Where's mom?
Prayer group.
Prayer group.
Ladies prayer group.
That's right. She's a ladies prayer group, so she'll be back with us right around lunchtime probably. But what we need to do in here is get ready for insulation. Hopefully we'll start getting some insulation up today, but what we need to do is go around and make sure that we've got everything the way it's supposed to be for sheetrock. Such as this corner right here, right? Sheetrock would come across here, but there's nothing to nail to here. So we're gonna have to be adding some blocking behind here. We're gonna get this big mess right here all cleaned up, and then go around and make sure we've got all of that backing for the sheetrock or blocking for the sheetrock, whatever you want to call it. Make sure we get all of that done everywhere and everything is ready for insulation, because once it's insulated, it'd be a pain to go back and put that blocking in. What do you think, Seth?
Sounds good.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way, and we got no reason to wait.
Check out the nice big flakes coming down now, man. There you go. You can kind of see big ones coming down there. Had to add one wire right here that we forgot about when we wired the house. That is going out for an outdoor outlet out on the deck for the Traeger. Yes. Seth's over here working on putting the blocking in or the backing for the sheetrock. Unfortunately, he's got lots of stuff he's got to move.
Yep.
Ha. All right, now there's another thing that we're doing. Probably see this right here. Thinking that's not ideal. It was approved, but we're gonna go ahead and move that and come up through the floor into the cabinet, into the sink cabinet here, rather than on this exterior wall, because there's absolutely no space for insulation right in here, right there where that 2x6 is. That row of 2x6 is just blocking there where the seam for the OSB is. Probably not necessary, but we did it just to make it more secure. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these guys, and then later we'll pull them down and poke them up.
Bag.
Ooh, look at that. Expansion. Cool, man. What are you gonna do, Seth?
Gotta start filling the walls with insulation. Get
Right.
this place warmed up.
So we got one bag he brought up here. He's gonna go through and put it everywhere where it fits, like it's a normal width. Doesn't need to be cut narrower. And just go through and put them in all of those first. I'm gonna continue on looking at the blocking and fixing all of those things that need to be fixed. Whew. All right, we've been working hard on the blocking, like back in there and over in here. We got a lot of that done. And look what Seth did. Guess who's home now? It's the Jewelster.
Hey,
Want to get your
snow out here.
Yeah, don't fall, dude. There's no railing. It's dangerous.
I know. Who's doing that?
I want to get your reaction.
To what you guys have done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here she comes.
Wow, look at all that insulation. It's starting to look like a real home.
Yeah, huh?
Wow, that's cool. You got almost, I mean, you got practically the whole kitchen except for the roof and stuff, or the ceiling. Nice.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins. Every step, writing stories that seek to be read.
Jules just went downstairs for a minute, so let's see what she's done. Bam, look at that, man. She is rocking it. Insulation is definitely not the funnest thing to do in the world, but she's doing an excellent job, guys. And I'm speaking quietly because I don't want her to hear this until she watches the video. She's rocking it. Check out what we found up here, man. As we're like finishing up the framing a little bit. Oh man, this is crazy. Look at that, man. It's like a whole herd of bugs hiding out in there. It's nasty. Whoa, man. Look at that. Those are like a million flies. They're all like cold and can't fly.
Maybe we should just like not disturb them and then get some spray or something so that we could like kill them all at once. Because I think if we disturb them, then they're gonna be all over the house.
Good idea. All right, flies, say your prayers. If it'll work, come on. I wonder if our bottle's almost empty. No. I think maybe it's too cold. Maybe. Definitely don't want to overheat it. That would be dangerous. Okay. It's still cold, but it's gotta be warmer, right? All right, we're gonna go up there and kill all them flies. Hopefully. Get all the ones that fell. We got to get you guys out of here before you get poisoned. Oh boy. I don't think there's a bug that can survive in there. Yikes. This is not the end of the video, guys, but it is the end of the work we're doing up here today. We're going to hit it again in the morning. We'll see you there in just a second. But before I go, I want to show you this really quick. Look at that, man. Oh, sun is already set. And check out the moon, man. Bam, right there. Moon. Looks cool, huh? There was a massacre here last night. Check this out. Those are not raisins. And then look over here in this room. We've got a ton over here as well by the front door. Yeah, this must have been the hiding place for flies. Jules is going to continue putting in the insulation. You see how we framed up this gable end right here? That's the west side. We've got to frame up the east side as well. We haven't done that yet. So we've got a lot of our wood cut and just laying up there. That's where the herd of flies was yesterday. We got to frame that side up, but we need 2 really long 2x4s to do that. And they're actually up here in the rafters. We use those temporarily while we put up our trusses to kind of hold them in place. But now they've got to go through that hole, and Jules is going to go outside and catch them.
Whew, and it's cold, you guys.
It is
you
cold.
See my breath in here.
Yeah. We learned a valuable lesson. We need to make sure that the stairs are all the way cleaned off when it snows. Otherwise, it freezes into ice.
Yeah, take a look at that, you guys. Woo-wee. It's like a slip and slide all the way down. Cool shot up here.
Yeah.
Trusses look really fun. Those cross ones we're leaving? This one? That one?
Yeah, the ones that are screwed to the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's also a really cool view, you guys. Check that out.
So guys, this right here is how we try to get our cool shots for you. Jules is up there on the ladder.
It's also why it takes us so long to do things.
That's true, huh?
Something about the way you sound shakes me up and makes me get down on my. When I get that feeling, you can hear my heart beating. Sweet talk, come on, give it to me. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Like the snow?
This is the 2x4 that we took out of the attic. We're gonna try to slip it up here because it's gonna become the top plate.
Ooh.
Did you guys hear that? That was icy snow coming off the roof. So we're gonna try to, hopefully it's long enough. Oh yeah, it'll be long enough. It's gonna go up here. I think we drilled that, put that wire through in a bad spot. But it's gonna be kind of like that. Then we'll fill in with studs. All right, so what do you think about that? That'll support this board right here at just the right height so that we can get it, put all the studs in there.
And then we'll be removing that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll remove this, yeah. This is just a support to hold it up. Make sure it doesn't bow.
Look who's in the shed. This is Cleopatra, and those are her babies. They're like all bigger than her. You guys just staying warm, huh? You guys are gonna get in trouble being in here. Marty's not gonna like that. What do you think? Well, you're definitely a rooster. Look at you. Oh, well, hello. I think I got something for you. You want to try my coffee? Do you like coffee? Want to try it? She does. Are you coffee drinkers? I think we have a mouse problem. Seth made this granola last night, put it in the oven, and check it out. That is nasty. Found it in the oven with all of that on it. There's even a split pea, insulation, lint. There's even a feather somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. That is disgusting.
Let's cruise on up and look at the roof here. Watch the snow. See if there's any snow left up there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit right there. Oh yeah, there's a little bit right there. It's kind of cool. It kind of curls up right there. Yeah, the dormer still has a lot of snow on it, huh? And right there around the sewer vent. You guys notice how much sun is up here on this roof right now? And then solar panels, look at that. Got some shade on them. That's because of those trees right there and that cloud that's coming by in just a second here.
I just discovered a new reason to have shims on the job. You guys know this is like my favorite tool. But look at this little tiny spot that needs insulation. I just stick it in there with a shim. So cool. All right, guys, so tell me if this is the right way to do this or not. But I'm taking our insulation. I already measured this bay because it's not a full bay. And start with the top. Put it in here. Get it in place. Oh, it's a little long, but I can cut that off. And then there's a wire in here, so I'm pressing it. Pull it out. And we have our indent right here for the wire that's sticking through. So then, take my scissors and I'm cutting about halfway through. Stick it back up here. And then I'll probably cut this off a little bit because it's too big. But that's basically what we're doing.
Let's cruise on down, guys. Check the solar, see how the batteries are doing. Today's been a partly cloudy day, and so see how they're doing. And I want to show you the effect of trees on the solar panels, okay? So right now it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. The sun is way low because it's wintertime, of course, in the trees. And look at the panels here. Partially shaded, a little bit, partially, and mostly shaded. So let's cruise on inside, see how much we're charging at, and then you'll be able to see why you need to put them up high enough that they're not shaded. Right now they're at 24.5%, and we're putting in about 40 watts right now. That's not what the solar panels are making. That's just what's going into the batteries. That's a surplus from everything that we're using. So we're gonna turn the power off and see how much power we're actually using. Oh, look at that, man. 500 watts, roughly. All right, so right now we're making about 500 watts off of the panels. That's actually how much is coming in from the panels going into the batteries, but we're at like 450 watts in the house and in the apartment. So go ahead and turn the power back on. Look at that, something just kicked on. There we go. Some of you guys have been asking how we get our power from the solar shed to our electrical panel in the house. The answer is we actually don't. We haven't finished wiring the house yet, and so we're just running off of extension cords right now. Power comes out of the solar shed, follows these two big orange extension cords. This one goes in for the well pump, and that one goes in to the house over there, and that powers everything that we run in the house. So that is how we're doing it right now. As soon as we get the house finished being wired inside, then we will actually hook our solar system up to the electrical panel, and then all of the outlets and everything will work just like in a normal house, but off of our solar system. Seth is wrapping up the last little bit of exterior insulation. Show you guys around here. All exterior insulation is done, except for the headers right up here, all those headers. Those are all gonna be foamed, and there is another little bit that I forgot. I just finished framing this in right here so that we could insulate that next. Yes. What else? Oh, there were some concerns about the windows that you guys had. We do have the rubber flashing down here that folds over out here to the outside. So you can see right there. But you guys were right. I totally forgot to put it over here. We did caulk the windows all the way around, except for the bottom. We did not caulk the bottom. Sides and top are caulked, but I forgot to put the rubber flashing on out here. So we'll have to come back and do that, I don't know when, soon. We'll do that soon. before we side it, for sure. Another concern that you guys had was that we didn't have trimmers going from the header all the way down to the floor. Like this one right here, right? All the way down, supporting the header. And that's true, we don't really have that. This is what we did instead. So here's our king stud trimmers. I think some of you guys call them jack studs. So the way that we're doing it is, on this remodel, the weight of the header is being supported by this trimmer, but really it's supported by the king stud going all the way down to the floor. So that's the way we did it. I know that it's not like the official approved way, but guys, you know, we don't have framing inspections here. I think that this is perfectly strong enough. It will not fail, but it may not pass a framing inspection if you live someplace where they have those kinds of things. I think one of the things that you mentioned about the trimmers and the header and all the support stuff there was about the snow load right up there on the header. Well, this is a metal roof with a 612 pitch. The snow really doesn't collect up there. You're going to get maybe 3 or 4 inches before it just slides right off. So snow load up there is not a big deal. There's no brakes for the snow or anything like that. It's all just goes right off the roof. That is where we're going to have to leave it at today, guys. But we did pick out this video right here for you to go ahead and watch next. And in the meantime, we hope that you guys have a really great day and keep smiling.